Hi, this is Nick George with Clouds Diamond Sharpening. We're just going to go over clipper blades today for dog groomers, barbers, and cattle groomers. So this is a cutter. This cuts the hair. This is a comb. This combs through the hair. But both have to have shape to stay sharp for longer. Okay? This is a guide. This is a spring. This is a socket. The socket holds it from shaking and holds it on the clipper. The spring holds the tension to the cutter, roughly 2 pounds. You don't want 3 or 4. 3's fine, but when you get up to 4 or 5 pounds, it starts causing a lot of heat because these blades touch each other too hard and causes too much friction. Plus, it damages your clipper. But the most important thing about a clipper blade is to keep it oiled, okay? So this is an unoiled clipper blade, the comb part. You can see it took a groove out there and all this orange that accumulates rust. So what it does is it dulls the blade faster. So if you use oil, you're going to make your job probably about 50% easier. Oil is the blades and metal's best friend. If you use oil, then when you go into a dirty hair, then the oil beads or the dirt beads off with the oil. So you want that. And without oil, it just sits there and grinds in there. So I was talking about shape. Blades, if they're flat, like if you use a block, what it does is it makes the blade perfectly flat. Okay? So when the blade goes dull, this little cutter here, right here, we'll use this one. So this cutter, the sides when it gets flat, it starts bending up like that, the sides, and then it starts pulling on the sides. So when you hollow the blade out, you basically hollow it out and take a little metal out of the middle here, like a ball. Okay, and what that does is it keeps the teeth pinching down. So as it goes back and forth, it starts flattening out. Once it goes flat, well, it's basically dull, and it's going to start pulling hair. So if you have a hollowed out blade, it will stay sharper longer. That's what we thrive for. We can get any blade sharp on a block, okay? But you wouldn't be happy with the results because it would last maybe a day, if that. So when you get it sharpened through us, our blades, I have customers that have, 20 blades and they last all year. They use oil, so they stay sharp for a long time. So if a blade is too hollow, well then it won't cut in the middle. If it's not hollow enough, usually it won't cut on the edges. So if you wonder, like here's a 10 blade. If we look at it, it's going to cut, see where these cutters' teeth are? And the edge of this, that's how long it's going to be. So it's going to be about that long. Okay, so now you go to this blade. So let's say the cutter teeth were like right there. Well, it's going to be that long. So it's going to be that long. That's how you can tell how long a blade is. The cutter should never be hanging over the comb. Okay, you could see the little silver across the line there. If this was hanging over the comb, first it might cut the customer, and second, it's going to move hair around. So it has to be a little below. So now we'll go through adjustments, okay? So you cannot tighten the tension by tightening these screws. I see a lot of customers try that, and it will not work. What will happen is you'll strip this socket, and then you'll have to buy a new socket. And the spring, here, let's see. So to set the adjustment here, let's move that up. So don't try this at home though. I'm just showing you. Because if you mess with the tension, and depending on how your sharpener sharpens, how hollow he got it, is going to have the tension. So a lot of sharpeners, push too hard or have too much hollow in their blade, and then they have to pinch this little area down, so it pushes this down. And what happens is it causes more heat and damages your clipper. And then if it's too loose and it's hollow, well, then the middle's going to suck in hair because it's like this. See, it's moving like this. So it'll suck in hair right here. So the tension has to be correct. So it's nice and flat, but still has the bend in it. Flat enough to and still have the bend in it. So let's put this back together. Okay, so we have a blade. We accidentally took it apart. Okay, so go like this, and then go like this, and you can see the little holes of the socket, and you can move the socket around. See how I can move it around and adjust the holes to the blade with my middle finger. So set this on your middle finger, then put this blade up here, and then you can adjust. And see right there, that's perfect. You can see the holes. Put the screws back in. Tighten it up, okay, and then back it off a quarter of a turn. Okay, so what that does is gives me a little leadway here. See that? So that's good. We're going to go ahead and slide this in, the cutter onto the guide through the little gap. Slide it up like that. And then you're going to want to go ahead and line it up. So that's pretty straight. You can look down it and make sure it's not hanging over this little flat part here. Okay, so turn it around, tighten it up, and hold the blade on the table, and please do not stab yourself. I am not responsible. So what I do is I put it on the table and add an angle, and then I put my thumb up here. So even if it slips, first you'd have to be down here for it to even go up. But if it does slip, then it's not going anywhere but down to the table. So then I diagonal this way too, and I put my thumb on top. And I tighten it up. There we go. Now it should be straight. If it's not, it's going to be super embarrassing. But it is. Okay, see the little gaps there? That's perfect. Okay? So now let's just go ahead and show y'all how to oil. So what I do is you can put a dot here, dot here, dot here, dot here, dot here, dot here, or you could just simply, yes. But you might not like as much oil, but there's never enough, too much oil, okay? Now, there could be enough oil where the hair gets gunky and clogs up in the blade, and then you're using too much oil. But it's not going to damage the blade for sure. You want oil for sure. You never want these dry. And if you're using Cool Lube, it says it has oil in it, but the truth of it is it does. The evidence they don't tell you about is that it evaporates with the heat of the blade that you're cooling down, plus it's in an aerosol can. So the hydrogen or oxygen or whatever they use to compress it evaporates. The oil evaporates with it. So after using Cool Lube, please oil your blades. I get a lot of customers, they say, I do oil my blades, I use Cool Lube. Cool Lube lasts for like 1 minute. The oil on it lasts for like 1 minute, and then it's gone. And then you're just running a completely dry blade. Metal on metal is not good. You have to put oil in your car And I hope everyone puts oil in their car, or their car's not going to run for very long. So let's get back to the blade. Okay, so now we did mess this up. Let's say we did, okay? So back them off a quarter of a turn, and then look, you could just readjust it. See that? So let's readjust this. So even if we set it all the way down, look how far that is down. See how far it is? That's still better than this. Okay, you never want that. See, I could feel it first of all. And then second of all, it's just going to move hair around. It may cut a little bit, but it's going to leave lines, most likely, and you can't get a good haircut like that. Well, you probably won't get a tip. But here we go. So now it's lined up. So face it down, put your thumb here, and tighten it up. Put your thumb here, tighten it up. Okay, and voila, it's nice and set. So send your stuff in today and we'll get it sharp for you. We sharpen ceramic, we sharpen wide blades, 5-in-1 blades, and I believe we're the best price. So send it on to us and we'll just take care of it for you. We fix all clippers, especially if they have parts, and I can still fix clippers that don't have parts usually, unless something is broken, I can't get the part to fix it. But if something is out of adjustment, I can fix your clipper. We adjust clippers, and we sharpen trimming blades, all kinds. We sharpen scissors at a great price, and convex, semi-convex, bevel, all of them, ride line, we do it all. So send it to us and we'll take care of it. So let's finish this video up. I'm going to just show you how to engage a blade. Okay, and this is my modified AG Andis clipper. I do it so I can oil the guides and stuff like that. And easy to change my drive. So turn a clipper on. It's best to have a clipper on when you engage it because the motor doesn't get burnt on the commutator, because this is, held at least by 2 pounds of moving. So, see? It's a lot rougher startup. So if you have it running, put it on the hinge and then snap it down. Unlatch with the latch and then pull it up and take it off. Okay, let's do that one more time. So that's awesome. Okay, why that's good to do also is because sometimes the blade could be off like this and you could be trying to put it in and it won't latch. See, because the lever, so then I have to, now I can latch it. And a clipper will start up without doing, while it's not running. But what happens is every time it starts up, it's putting little nicks on this commutator because the power hits the motor or armature, and then eventually it's going to have to be cleaned. So if you want your clipper to last the longest, I recommend doing it while it's running. Now you can turn it off to take it off if you don't want, if you're afraid you'll cut your hand or whatever, but you can take it off running. It's not a big deal unless your blade's hanging over. If it was hanging over, it would cut me, but it's not. So when you don't oil your blade and stuff, I'll just go ahead and show you. There's a little bearing in there. See? See how that's wobbling? That's bad. I need to go through and service my clipper, my test clipper. Probably my next video will be servicing this clipper. See that? Look, the bearing's not moving, but it's wobbly. The bearing's messed up because mine is like that because of a lot of blades that I engage. and some of them have too tight a tension, and I have to go through and loosen them. So with tight tension, you can break that bearing. Without oil, you'll break that bearing, and your drive will be rough. And also, engaging it running doesn't round this tip off. It actually helps it. Now make sure it's always engaged all the way, because if it's not engaged all the way, then you can round that tip off pretty fast. But anyway, we service all clippers, sharpen all scissors, sharpen all blades that can be taken apart, send them on, and we'll take care of them. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thank you for this wonderful adventure. I'll see you later.